What's going on, everyone? I am live. I am back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us today on a wonderful Saturday. Well, not Saturday, but Sunday evening here in good old Houston, Texas. 19K Fox is in the house. What's
What's
going
going
on?
on? What's going on? It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yep.
It's Friday. Thank God. Ready for the weekend.
Yes. I'm so ready for the weekend. The New Year's Christmas buzz is dead. All my Christmas decorations are down. I still got this house at the front of my subdivision still turn on their Christmas lights. I think they're like the
Really?
only ones. Yeah.
Well,
I
some
think
people
there's
just can't let go, man. They just can't let go. I know my
I
my house
guess not.
looks empty and bare because
Yeah.
you got not just the stuff outside, but the stuff inside. All those little decorations and things that you've made over the years, and you just sort of pile stuff up on shelves, and
Yep.
it's all gone now.
Yep. And we got our first super chat of the day. Rhodes, I'm here in Force Ghost form only. $2 super chat. I really do appreciate that. I threw Rhodes' channel in the description. Anybody that sends in a super chat, we're going to link your channel, shout you out. Make sure you go and check out the people that do send super chats in. I was gonna say something else, and then my mind just went blank. I don't remember what it was.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, it'll come back to me. Guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up button as you come in. Let's see who we got here. Today, I'm gonna go to YouTube and look and see. Of course, Rhodes is here. Sith Lord Felix, more awesome metal. Flopping Husband, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions in the house. Sin Dave is here. And I think that's just about everybody. Of course, Fox is already here also.
You know I'm here.
Yes,
Did you say flopping has been? That's some of the best names, man.
Yeah. See, flopping has been.
Flopping has been.
Yeah, you got to get original with the names and everything. How did you come up with 19K Fox?
So
It kind of just rolls off,
19K was my well, it's like three things I combine. 19K was my MOS in the Army. Fox is a part of my last name, and then K Fox was the radio station I listened to all the time when I was a kid. So I just kind of jumbled them all together. So
19 was your MOS?
19K, yeah, I was armor crewman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We didn't call them MOSs in the Navy. We call them rates.
That's because y'all, you a little more proper than the Army is. We just throw an acronym on everything.
Yeah. Like I was OS2, Operations Specialist, second class.
And I never was able to keep up with the rank structure in the Navy. It's so much.
It's different. The only one that has the same structure is the Coast Guard.
Coast Guard?
Okay. Yeah, Coast Guard. Same as that ranks and everything. It's kind of hard for us, even though I guess technically, we have Marines around. I never got their ranking. In boot camp, they don't. I think they briefly mentioned it in boot camp, but they want you to learn the Navy structure and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's really about it. So Sende was an OSC, that is Chief Operations Specialist. He was a khaki guy. I didn't know you were in the Navy. There's actually quite a few of us Navy guys here in Houston. Like on my ship, I can think of 3 people at least off my ship that live in Houston or in the general area.
My grandfather was in the Navy.
Nice.
Much respect.
Yep. And with that being said, we have some Star Wars news. Have you heard about this, Fox?
Lay it on me.
Lay it on you.
Lay it on me.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker may not even beat Rogue One. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was on track to at least match The Last Jedi.
Yep.
That's out the door. So now Rogue One, which made just a little over $1 billion.
Yep.
It may not even reach that. And Some projections are saying it should hit $1 billion this weekend. It may not. And boy, that's really, really bad.
So that I was pretty pessimistic. I said like 750 to 800 million. Well, that's obviously, that was a low ball figure.
Yeah, I said 900 million, and
yeah,
I was wrong, but it ain't looking like it was a stretch now.
You thought you were going to be really wrong. After that first weekend, I took the number. I did this on my channel. I took the opening weekend numbers of all three films, and then I sort of guesstimated the drop off based on how well the films were received, and I came up with a number that I'm kind of sticking with now. 1.06 billion is
that
where
seems about right. What was Rogue One?
I can't remember.
Let me look it up
now, because Last Jedi was 133. I'm sorry, 1.33 billion is what it ended total on.
Okay, actually, that would be pretty close. Rogue One was 1.056 billion.
056. Okay, so it's right in that ballpark area.
Right.
Because I didn't just do a straight up numbers to numbers comparison, because I didn't think that the drop off would be as steep as The Last Jedi,
Right.
But it started out much lower. So that's kind of what I settled on.
And it was really because of the way Christmas fell that the second week kind of bumped it up, and people were thinking that, oh, it's back and everything.
Yep.
Now, the updated box office number for this movie is 952 million.
Kind of weird.
I don't know if it's going to get to $1 billion this week.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, because it's odd that it hasn't hit $1 billion yet.
Here's the thing. Forbes has an article. It says box office Star Wars Rise of Skywalker looks to avoid massive 90% plunge, which would be insane. Let me go ahead and I'll share my screen. I got the article pulled up here.
You go. I think the competition's getting steep. I just saw 1917.
Oh, I heard that's good.
That movie, that's the kind of movie that people are going to want to see in theaters, and I think that's going to take away some box office from Rise of Skywalker. I think if you're in the theater, you're like, okay, I could see that. Or there's this new one that just came out. There's a lot of buzz about it. So
yeah. Now here it is. It says for each film we compared the opening weekend with their fourth weekend. The percentage drop will represent the change from each of those weekends. Turns out a $17.3 million weekend would represent the biggest drop of any Star Wars movie. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, 90% drop, number one. Last Jedi did 89.2%. Solo, 88.1%. And remember, Solo is a movie that nobody went to see. Nobody went to see Solo.
Wow.
So that's very interesting right there. Revenge of the Sith, 86.3, Rogue One, 85.7, Clones, 82.5, Force Awakens, 82.9. And this is surprising. Phantom Menace, only 60.4%. And the way people talk about the Phantom Menace, that 60.4% is really good. But
that's all those retroactive haters. At the time when it came out, man, everybody was watching that thing 5 and 10 times. I mean,
I saw it six times.
There you go.
I saw it 6 times in the movie theater. But that's amazing that movie only 60.4%. But what's going to be really amazing is that this movie is going to be the lowest grossing of the saga. I think that's a done deal now. Lowest grossing of the Disney trilogy. And actually, to tell you the truth, I think I heard this. When you adjust for inflation, this is the lowest grossing saga movie adjusted for inflation. Out of all the movies. Wow. Actually, out of all of the Star Wars movies in general, really, except for Solo. But we know how that turned out.
I know we were not hoping that it would fail, but expecting it to fail based on Solo, based on Last Jedi. And then when it came out strong, I think a lot of those sort of the I told you so's didn't come up. I mean, it kind of poo-pooed outlook on the film that, well, it's probably going to do well. Disney's going to fix the numbers, but man, John, I don't know. When you look at this list at this top 8,
Yeah.
all of the new films are in this top 8.
So I'm trying to find where.
It's crazy. I mean, the biggest drop offs that tells you right there the rewatchability just was not there. Now you got Attack of the Clones is in there, and then but Phantom Menace is at number 8. That's really not that terrible.
It's going to be really low, but I found something here for just domestic totals. I'm trying to find the total global totals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to find that, but right now the movie is at 463 million domestically. And as of right now, check this out. That's going to be the second worst performing movie domestically for Star Wars. Only Attack of the Clones is worse, and that's 477.5. It still hasn't even beat Attack of the Clones, adjusted for inflation.
Wow.
Next on the list is Revenge of the Sith. It ain't catching Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, 530 million.
No.
Not even close. I mean, it would need to do, that's a done deal. It's by far going to be the second lowest grossing when adjusted for inflation. Number 7, Rogue One, 540. Number 6, Last Jedi, 596. Think of that. This is how much damage Last Jedi did. That movie domestically 596 million. I don't even think that this movie is going to make it. It probably will barely crack 500 million domestic.
It just ends with sort of a thud. I mean, this is not the triumphant end to the saga that everyone was clamoring to see.
Yes. I mean, that's insane. Okay. So number 5, Phantom Menace, 806 million. That's a lot of dough. Return of the Jedi, 840 million. Empire Strikes Back, 877 million. And that just tells you how big those original movies were. Force Awakens, 965.5 million. And of course, the original Star Wars, adjusted for inflation. Actually, unadjusted, it was 461 unadjusted.
Unadjusted?
Unadjusted for inflation, 1977. 461. Adjusted for inflation, it was a massive 1.6 billion.
Good Lord.
And we know that movie overall, adjusting for inflation, is like 3.3 billion, 3.5 billion, somewhere around there.
Yep.
I know that I saw it somewhere. That's insane. What do you guys think of this? It's that bad for this movie. I mean, this ends the entire saga. Ends all of it. And it's going to fall flat on its face.
This is going to be a bigger deal come next week when we have those disappointing numbers come in, when we see that this thing is going to barely get across the $1 billion mark. I think it's going to be. I think I smell a re-release. I smell, another secondary push to try to get this thing to make a little more money in theaters. It's coming.
But that is different though. You would need a huge, massive movie to do a re-release. With a re-release, they're not going to add anything new. Star Wars doesn't do re-releases like that. Endgame did it, but Endgame was an all-timer at the box office.
Right.
Re-releasing this movie, let's say it ends this weekend.
Uh-huh.
We're going to re-release it in a couple of days. Nobody's going to go see it. It's just a waste of time.
I agree with you, but in Disney's desperation and all the murmur about the JJ cut, not that we would get a new cut of the film, but I could see an extended cut. I could see additional material added that doesn't really add much to the story. Well, I mean, it's the same thing with Endgame. What they added didn't really add much to the film.
They didn't add much at all to Endgame.
Yeah.
But I think the Star Wars tradition doesn't do re-releases like that.
I hope that you're right. Let's just let it do what it's going to do and let that be it. But I have my doubts.
Yeah. Bro, It's over, KK. We have the high ground.
It's not okay, KK. You're done.
Yep. I'm glad that happened to Disney. Gives me hope. It's not over yet. They're after MCU now.
Oh,
You see the Captain Marvel 2 writer? No, I haven't heard anything about Captain Marvel 2.
I saw that. I saw that.
Whoa. What
She's
happened with that?
well, she's basically doubling down on the sequel to Captain Marvel. It's going to be the feminist. It's actually one thing that struck. It was sort of the same stuff you hear all the time, but this was odd. In the article, she talks about the challenges that women have had to overcome in the geek community, in geek culture. Like, what struggles? What is going on?
You got me on that.
I don't understand what, if anything, females have a. I mean, we'll look at their YouTube channels. I mean, they'll get the views, they'll get the attention, and I think deservedly so. I mean, it's a rare thing to see a girl who's into what you're into as a guy, as a geek or as a gamer or whatever. And I just don't understand. It looks to me like you're trying to find oppression where it doesn't exist.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what all SJWs really do.
Mm-hmm.
They try to make up oppression. That's it.
Yep.
And they're gonna fail every time, Just like, like, I don't know if you saw my Saved by the Bell video. They're rebooting that.
Oh yeah.
That is gonna be an SJW's wet dream, probably.
That needs to be, put that on the CW or put that on Freeform TV, or is it going to be? Is it on Freeform or is it going to be network? I can't remember.
It's NBC, but
it is NBC proper.
But doesn't NBC have some kind of streaming service coming?
No, they do. Peacock. They're calling it Peacock.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember where that's going to go, but it's just, I don't. It doesn't. These things don't work. They fail. That's why I don't understand it. We find an IP, we bring it to the new, the 2020, and then we try to change it up, and here you go, and it always fails. They've got the new Party of Five, which I was a fan of back in the day.
I never watched it.
It was a show about, so I think it's 5 kids, all ranging from ages of like early 20s to like. I think one was like maybe 1 or 2, still in diapers, and their parents are killed in a car wreck. So in order to keep the family together, the oldest son just sort of, I think he adopts his brother. I'm not sure what legally he has to basically become the father figure in the family, and then it's their struggle to stay together as a family, as siblings without their parents. The new show is Hispanic parents being deported, and the Hispanic family has to stay in America with the parents deported. And it's obviously they're trying to make it relevant. They're trying to tie into the controversy going on currently. But to me, you take away a lot of the gravitas. There's nothing final about being deported. I mean, you can apply for citizenship again. You can come back. Your kids could go back with you. Death is final. There's so much more. Yeah. There's so much more that's there, and to try to equate those two is just insane.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta charge my trackpad. It's about to die. It's a 2%. Hold on. I got a notification right now. I thought it would be like a 30%. I can make it through the stream, but I guess I can't. Hold on.
Plugging in the trackpad. Aaron C. Yeah, Peacock. That's the actual name of NBC's streaming service because of the icon they have, and listen, the meme is writing itself. You're going to call it Peacock, and you got the colorful logo. Listen, they deserve everything they get. All right, you could have named it anything else. Could have been NBC Prime, NBC whatever, but no, Peacock. You open yourself up for tragedy. So
there we go. All right, we got 31 people watching. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button.
Yes,
if you do not mind. Oh, my man, Ron Navy, another Navy guy here with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Let's make sure we get his channel in the chat. Anybody that sends a super chat, like I said, get your channel shout out. Have you seen what the tabloid mads are doing? I was in the store yesterday, and Time has a special Star Wars edition. It's all Star Wars with Vader, Luke, 3PO. On it, so they're trying to market it with the old characters we love. Like we are that stupid. No, I'm not. heard about that. I have not heard about that. That's of course they're going to try to use the old characters to sell everything. I don't think that's really a surprise. I mean, I've already said it before. After this movie's already out.
Mhm.
How are you going to market the new movies? And they're going to what they call the High Republic, the High Republic. I don't know exactly what the High Republic is.
I don't think they know.
I don't think anybody really knows. I mean, people that were in the old EU lore and things,
Yeah.
it's not the old Republic, it's the High Republic. So think of that. That's just something else that they're trying to change from George Lucas, so they probably don't have to pay him. So the High Republic, it is.
But they're going back in time 400 years, so we're going to get a young Yoda.
It could be Yoda is going to be about. This is supposed to be like 400 years in the past, something like that. So he's going to be like 500 years old.
Yep, which is middle age.
What's that?
But that's middle age for him, so he should be
right. But are they actually going to use Yoda? I don't know.
How else are they going to sell their new stuff? They got to lean on the OT. So
yeah, because I don't think they're going to make characters actually from like KOTOR or anything like that.
Yeah, they probably won't. Or if they will, they'll bastardize them in some way and make them, not what they should be.
Yeah. And thank you, Christy, for putting Ron Davis' channel in the chat. Appreciate it. And Christy's here.
Texas.
Disney is focusing more on Marvel. At this point, you know what, though? I'm going to say this. Lucasfilm is so incompetent that it seems like Disney gets more involved in Star Wars than they do Marvel, because Kevin Feige is a competent executive. Now, he may be getting really woke now. I mean, he's talking about some crazy stuff going forward, but you cannot deny his track record with the MCU up to this point. I mean, he's a huge reason Endgame did $2.9 billion to become the highest grossing movie of all time. And that was billed as the end of the end, even though we know for a fact that's not the end of anything with the MCU going forward.
Right.
This movie, The Rise of Skywalker, is the end of the Skywalker family. And they wet the bed with it. Then they're going to be, they're not even going to make Rogue One money. And Rogue One isn't even a saga film.
It's just sad. I mean, it's the fizzling out that I think we saw. We saw it coming. This wasn't anything that anybody that was a Star Wars fan, well, a Skywalker fan, was looking forward to. Because in my mind, I think in our mind, you already wasted all our characters. You brought them back just to make them shells of their former selves, not what they should have been or what they could have been. So
exactly.
In our mind, it was the end, like in Last Jedi, really.
And Last Jedi made it feel like it was the end also.
Yeah.
I mean, for other reasons,
Yeah, the end of everything.
Yeah, and I was listening to John Campia's video. He put up a video a few days ago, and he was answering a question. Do you think do you think Disney is happy with Kathleen Kennedy's performance? Now, Campia really hasn't been shilling for her necessarily. And he shills for Disney Star Wars, no doubt about it.
Right.
But he made the case that from just looking at the numbers, all of the movies overall, she's had 3 movies hit $1 billion.
Yes.
He looked at it that way. All right, if you look at it from that standpoint, then yes. But it's quite the opposite. They started with Force Awakens way up here. Rogue One was a huge success. It didn't make that kind of money. Mm-hmm. Then you get Last Jedi that was extremely divisive, destroyed the fan base, made $700 million less. Then it caused Solo: A Star Wars Story to lose money. That movie should have made, I don't know, 800 million on the low end.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They made 392 million. They lost about 100 million on that movie. Then you get the Rise of Skywalker, and it's going to be the lowest grossing movie in the saga,
Yep.
and it's divisive as well.
If
I don't think Bob Iger can be happy with that performance from her.
if you've been a John Campea fan for any amount of time, you've heard him make the opposite argument in regards to making a sequel.
Yeah.
I used to watch back in the day, and we would say, "What do you think? Do you think we're going to get a sequel?" And John would always say, "Well, listen, the trajectory is going like this. The first film did this, and the second film did this. So no, we're not gonna greenlight a sequel."
Yeah.
If that's your matrix, or for suggesting a sequel should be made, or we should continue to invest in this franchise, why wouldn't that also be your measure of overall success? And also,
Right.
gross sales and profit margin dollars, that's a different story. Okay, so yeah, you this is how much you sold, but how much money did you make?
Yeah.
How much investment did you have? I mean, we know that Solo, being completely reshot, almost didn't have a chance to really be successful, and then of course it just bombed like crazy in the theater. How much money have they put into these movies to get what they got out of them?
Yeah. And I'm gonna look at one other thing here. I'm gonna look at and see, because I'm pretty sure that the final movie in the trilogies have outgrossed the other movie. I just want to make sure that.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but hold on one second.
I mean, I can't imagine that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the number. Empire outgrossed Jedi by like 20-30 million domestically. So let me look here, because we know for a fact that all right, I got it now. Let's see. All right, so according to these numbers here, Star Wars. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm actually wrong. Star Wars: A New Hope, 775 million. Now this is unadjusted for inflation, and then Empire made 547, and then Jedi made 475.
Right.
Now that's not really a big problem right there at all. It's only $300 million difference between the two. There is a gigantic difference between the movies in this trilogy. Gigantic.
$1 billion between the 7 and 9,
Yeah.
plus the investment. I mean, we're talking about how much could it have cost to make A New Hope, or even a Return of the Jedi back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, $300 million production budgets plus all the marketing.
Right.
Costs just a ton of money. $400 million just to get the thing made and marketed.
Exactly. Now check this out. Now the prequels, pretty consistent. I mean, Phantom Menace made 1.27 billion in $1999, and then Attack of the Clones made 656 worldwide.
Okay.
But Revenge of the Sith rebounded big time, 849 million.
You would expect that with this trilogy too.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's the end.
Yeah.
Wrapping it all up. A little bit of a rebound. Maybe Last Jedi was divisive, but this one's gonna bring us on home. So you would expect a little bit of a rebound, but I'm still really curious to see. I think that 1.06 billion is a good number, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yep. All right, guys. So let's get those thumbs up. We got 35 people watching. We only got 28 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up.
Get them thumbs up.
Let's keep it going. And then you get to the new trilogy here. Well, they actually got the Clone Wars movie. That was 69 million, but I don't really consider that a saga movie. Of course, Force Awakens 2.68 billion. Last Jedi Rogue One 1.56 billion. Last Jedi 1.33 billion. Solo Star Wars Story 393, and now you got Rise of Skywalker 952 right now. It's a massive difference. I mean, the prequels are relatively consistent. I mean, that's a nice little jump for between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. $200 million more. And looking at the prequels, all three of those movies, when you adjust for inflation,
Yep.
are over $1 billion. I mean, Phantom Menace hit $1 billion anyway, and those dollars.
Without inflation.
Yeah.
I think there was that connective tissue to the OT. It was George's prequels and Revenge of the Sith, episode 3 being the real tie that sort of brought it all together,
Yeah.
So I mean that all made sense. But these things had something that the new trilogy didn't have, an actual story arc, a plan from start to finish.
Yeah. And we know that pretty much every single Star Wars movie, all of them have hit over $1 billion adjusted for inflation, except for Solo: A Star Wars Story under Disney. I mean, I know that A New Hope, $775 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I know that was like 3.3 billion back in those days.
To think about that, 42 years ago,
Yeah.
to get $700 million, that's just insane to even contemplate.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back, 548 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 2 billion today, probably somewhere around there.
It's crazy.
And same thing with Jedi. I mean, that's like, I don't know, 1.8 billion today is what I'm guessing. I could be wrong. I mean, all of them have hit over $1 billion when you adjust for inflation.
I was going to look something up real quick just to give us some sort of perspective. I was going to look up gas prices in 1977. Gas per gallon. Okay, the national average for gas in 1977 was 62 cents a gallon. To give us some sort of perspective, I mean, it's insane to think about what those dollars mean now. It's crazy.
Yeah, but gasoline is a little hard to kind of, I mean, because gas could change in months. You can go from.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because I remember 2008, man, gas prices were like almost $4 a gallon.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well,
it was insane.
Texas, up and down, up and down, up and down. But being the national average is 62 cents. Because gas is crazy all over the place. It just to help us sort of figure out, it's that must have been, and I would love to see some of the old like news reports. This it's making this much money. It's crazy. When will it ever stop? I mean, you must have been blowing people's minds back then, and the excitement and all that, such that it spawned all these movies, and and paid George $4 billion.
That's a good one right here. New Hope made that much money, and my movie ticket costs $325. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you bought a New Hope movie ticket today,
there you go.
IMAX 3D, you're looking at about $20.
Yeah.
And I mean, even without IMAX 3D, if you just got a regular ticket today, it would be about $10.
The cheapest ticket I can get, early bird special, all that, I think is $8.50.
Yeah.
That's like if you're going to go watch something at 10 a.m., it's something you get on like a Tuesday, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the dollar movie theater. Do they still have those?
Somewhere. They just shut one of ours down, but yeah, they had one.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I used to love going to the dollar movie theater. I remember when I was in college, man, we had one right across the street.
That was awesome.
Of course, in college, man, you broke. So those dollar movies, I mean, that was really cool.
That was the night out.
Yeah. And I was in marching band, and the guy worked there. So we used to get in sometime for free.
What did you play in the marching band?
Huh?
What did you play?
I played clarinet, and I played piano. I was a music major actually. Back then. So
I was in the marching band too, military marching.
Right.
I did. I got stuck carrying the bass drum because I was one of the few guys in the marching band. But I played alto sax.
Oh, you wanted a few guys in the marching band?
Yeah. There was a lot,
really?
Mostly girls. Yeah, I think there was like maybe 3 or 4 guys in the marching band total.
That's interesting because most marching bands I know are mostly guys for the most part.
No, it was It was small town, USA. You know how that is.
Yeah. I thought about joining Navy band, but at the time I didn't. It would have been really hard for me to get into the Navy band. For one thing, most people have a degree already, even if they're enlisted.
Right.
And, because they're professionals, their physical fitness standards are high up there too.
Yeah.
High up there.
I don't think I was talented enough to make the Army band.
Yeah. They paid them. I know, but I was back in 2000, 2004. They were people just going into the Navy were getting like $65,000 a year to join Navy band.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
And I remember like the E1 pay scale back then was like, I don't know, like $850 a month or something. It was like nothing. You paid nothing.
Yep.
So
I remember I think I've still got an old LES statement, but I made in 95, I made $768 a month before taxes. E1.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. I remember working at Burger King. I got $4.25 an hour. And I remember at Burger King to get the Whopper meal was $3.57 with tax. And it's the Whopper meal today is like what? I don't even eat Burger King anymore. So
I don't know.
It's like $7 or something.
Yeah, $7-8.
That's insane. So Ron Navy said he played the violin.
Oh, that takes some skill there.
Yeah.
That takes some talent. Alex Siri says, "What's a laser disc?"
LOL.
Come on, man.
I never had a laser disc though.
I've had a laser disc. I never had the player.
Yeah, I know that used to be kind of like a bit thing. That was like the kind of like the Blu-ray disc of his time. But I never had one before. And they were saying something else in this article on Forbes here. It's something that caught my eye. Let me go through it real quick. I don't remember it. And this isn't even Scott Mendelson. This is another guy from Forbes. And Scott Mendelson, man, that dude thinks The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie ever. It was number one on his ranking.
He flipped the script now. Now he's all, dogging Star Wars. I guess because it's cool.
Yeah. Well, he loves Last Jedi so much, and this movie retconned everything about Last Jedi. I mean, they made fun of the holdover maneuver, even though the light speed skipping. I hated that.
I hated
that. Didn't make any
so
sense.
Much. It retconned something you didn't need to retcon. It was that scene in New Hope. It's like jumping through hyperspace, like Dustin Crop's boy. You got to make calculate.
Right.
It was a big deal made about that, and now we're just gonna. It's okay, no big deal. We're just gonna hop in and out of they. What got me is they were like in planets. They would come out of hyperspace on the surface of a planet and somehow dodge everything and be fine. And
that doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be light speed skipping into planets. That's like really, really dangerous. Anytime you saw hyperspace or light speed in Star Wars, it was only in space.
Yes. That was the only place to do it.
Right. But I think they just wanted to create some of this nostalgia or something, because I did think I saw Cloud City. I thought I did when they were light speed skipping. It was so fast.
It was so fast. That's another thing. There was probably a ton of stuff in there that we just didn't see because it was just like that,
Right, exactly. I don't know. I really don't know. Ray Durazo, what are some of your guys' Star Wars game recommendations? I heard that new Star Wars game. What is it? Not Battlefront. Fallen Order. I heard that's pretty good. It looks good.
I've got it. It's good. It's good. I haven't finished it yet. Like everything else, you kind of get caught up and you get busy. It's like a third person, perspective. And it's not as crazy as Force Unleashed, where your powers are off the scale, but it's very realistic. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of mechanics of like an Uncharted, So if you like the Uncharted series, think Uncharted with lightsabers.
Yeah. See, I don't game really.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of video games, but I don't. I spend all of my money on equipment. So
Equipment. Yeah.
yeah, that's enough money as is. Video games have gotten really, really expensive, man.
Crazy.
Like a PS4 is like what, $350?
It's 300. Maybe if you get on Christmas, it's 199. But like I got kids, I buy games for them.
Yeah.
You can get the game for $60, or you can get the Ultimate Unleashed package or whatever, and it's like $100. I mean, the NBA games, the NFL games, Madden, all that, they're the worst at that stuff. All the EA games, they kill me with that stuff.
Yeah, I spend all my money on content.
Yeah.
Anything for content. So like I have a Canon 1080p camera here.
Okay.
But through StreamYard, it crushes it down to 720. So I'm actually thinking about getting a Sony A6400, which is 4K with a Sigma 16 lens.
Nice.
That's expensive.
Well, I'm like you. I kind of need to make a jump here, so I'm looking at making some investments too.
Yeah. Well, the camera body is like $850.
Ooh.
And that lens is actually one of the cheaper lenses.
Damn. Really?
And I was watching videos on it. It looks extremely good. The lens is only like $350, something like that.
Man.
So I guess I need more super chats. I just got 20 pounds from More Awesome Metal. Thank you so much. Let's throw his channel in the chat. This trilogy isn't bankable at all. The Resistance show is ending after a year out, so a few video games made sense since 2015, and none of them are dealing with the prequel era. And the toys are lame. They can't capitalize on the films. Yeah, see, Disney, they don't want to deal with the prequels. They don't. And the only reason why Clone Wars is coming back, really, I think that was kind of a decision after Last Jedi. And they were thinking, you know what? They don't like this. We don't like the prequels, but people like Clone Wars, so let's just throw them a bone. And from what we know about Clone Wars, I think it's only like 8 episodes or something. I don't even think it's a lot, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't think it is. Yeah, I think the last season 6 only had 11 episodes, I think, where all the other episodes or all the other seasons had about 20.
Yeah, but they canceled it. That's why.
They canceled it, exactly.
They canceled it.
We got so much Clone Wars in Rebels too. There we go again. Disney leaning on pre-existing stuff to sell their new stuff. And I think you're right. I think with The Last Jedi, the knee jerk was like, well, we got to do something. What do we have out there? Well, like you said, Clone Wars. They like Clone Wars. Okay, well, let's continue that for a season or two, and that'll buy us some time to come up with something else.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, but man, I hope Clone Wars is good. I mean, I like Mandalorian, but Mandalorian is not on the level of Clone Wars to me.
No.
Clone Wars is like all-timer. I mean, Rhodes likes Mandalorian better, but he's not really a Jedi guy. He likes the bounty hunter stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I get that. And Mandalorian's really good, but Clone Wars is actually the best material in all of Star Wars, period. It really is.
It's the heyday of the Jedi. We're in the thick of it. This is what Obi-Wan was talking about when he mentioned in episode 4, I fought with your father in the Clone Wars. It's everything. And you can get, I love the fact that you can get the bounty hunters, you can get this and that, you can get some of the underworld, you can get the Padawans and the Jedi and everybody working together, and still get the Sith in the background. I mean, I really ate it up too. So I'm with you. Mandalorian's good, but it's not, give it a couple more seasons and maybe you can get to that point. But Clone Wars cartoon is still my favorite.
Yeah. I just noticed my light went out back there again. My last live stream, it went out.
What's it doing?
That thing runs on a battery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the cheap ones. I got it like for $20 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's a real good one right there. That's why that
was plugged in.
That won't go. Yeah, it's plugged in. It won't go out for years.
There you go.
So that's why I just mainly use that just for videos, because it went out. Oh well.
Damn.
Let's see here. You're talking football? Seahawks?
Oh, Seahawks.
Go Bears. Oh, wait, the Bears don't make the playoffs. Never mind.
Oh.
You can check out Black and White Sports.
Yes.
And actually, me and Rhodes are going live on there tomorrow morning because we got to do our divisional game picks.
Right. Yeah.
Almost forgot about it. I really haven't We haven't put out any content on the channel in like 4 or 5 days probably.
Did y'all cover the Dallas Cowboys got a new quarterback? I mean, coach.
Yeah, Rhodes did
Carpet.
that.
Yeah.
He did that. It was like a cell phone video because I think he was working and I was at work too, and that was it. So
I saw looks like Matthew is saying, in fact, the 77 cut has only ever been a bootleg on VHS. I used to have it on AVI form. That's not true, Matthew. I've actually got a copy, and I can
hold on 1 second.
if you want me to. I have there's DVD copy of the original trilogy. It's tough to find, but they are special editions. But they actually included the theatrical versions of the films. And I can, when John Matrixx gets back, I might go run and get that so I can show you which one I'm talking about. So you can go on eBay and you can try to find this. But it is possible. Now, the quality is not DVD quality, unfortunately. It is going to be like your VHS quality. But if you want a digital copy of the original, theatrical cut, that's probably going to be your best bet until, Disney. If Disney's smart, they'll capitalize on that. What do we have out there? We got the Clone Wars. What else do we have? Well, we actually got the original theatrical cut of the OT. Perfect. Let's try to milk that for some more money. And you know what? I would buy that.
Yeah. I have to just plug it in real quick because I may make a video later, so I wanted to make sure it's charged.
I'm gonna go grab that DVD. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I heard everything that you said about it. Oh, 19K Fox got his merch in there, and we got the Black and White Sports Channel. I do have merch as well, and I do have Patreon as well too. I think I'm gonna end up discontinuing a lot of stuff in the merch store. So if you want merch, you better get it while you can, and use the code Matrixx with 2 X's for 10% off. Because I'm going to be rebranding the merch store pretty soon. So, you got it?
Got it. Okay, so if you're scouring eBay, if you're looking for these, all 3 films were available, but this is what you're looking for.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah.
I have all, I think it was 3 of them. I think, I have all.
If you can see that disc 2 actually says original theatrical cut 1977. So this is going to be probably, I don't know, John, is there a better version? Something that's going to, this is the only digital copy of the original theatrical cut that I know of that's out there.
Oh, the theatrical cut. That still says special edition on it.
Yeah, this is special edition, and it's 2 discs. So you got, one is the new, the new version, but the bonus disc actually has the original. Now it's like VHS quality, but it's digital, so you could burn it if you want to and put it on your computer, play it in DVD player or a PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what you want to look for?
I say I have the George Lucas ones that he put out on Blu-ray before he sold the company.
I've got those too.
I have those. And actually, instead of watching, if you have those, I highly recommend that you watch those versus on Disney Plus. The quality is much better on those Blu-rays, especially if you have I have a 4K TV.
Oh, there you go.
And I have a 4K upgraded Blu-ray player. I also have a 4K Blu-ray player itself, but it's kind of glitchy. I don't know. I've had it for years, so I just use my 4K upgrade.
Yeah.
Watch Revenge of the Sith on that thing. It looks amazing. That's why I was kind of disappointed with the quality when I watched it on Disney Plus.
Right.
And I was like, this doesn't look nearly as good as my Blu-rays.
I haven't watched it on my television. I have it on my iPad. That's primarily when I use my Disney Plus, is on my iPad. So I haven't had a chance to put it on my big screen yet. But I know Rhodes said he says the quality's pretty good, but I don't think you can beat those Blu-rays.
No, you can't beat the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Disney Plus on my Roku on a 4K TV, and it doesn't look the same as those Blu-ray discs.
That's sad. I wonder if it's compressed at all because of your streaming. I would imagine have to in some way.
I don't think so, man, because I can watch Ultra HD 4K on Netflix, it looks amazing. I mean, even the non 4K stuff on Netflix,
yeah,
is still at a high quality. But I'm just used to seeing it on that disc
yeah,
at a certain quality. So, because I remember when I got my first 4K TV and I put in Revenge of the Sith, I was blown away how good it looked. and that's not even a 4K disc. It's just a Blu-ray disc, which you're gonna get 1080p out of it.
And it's hard to go back once you experience a level of quality. You don't want to regress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at my TVs, I remember I had probably one of the first HD TVs that came out back when I was in the Navy. It was a big 50-inch tube HD.
Oh my God.
And I think it was in 480 HD.
How much did that weigh?
I don't know. It had wheels. And I got rid of it actually I kept it longer than what you would think. Probably about 8 years ago.
Well, because it was so heavy. What the heck?
9 years ago. And I got a 720 32-inch Vizio.
Oh.
And I thought the world of that.
Oh yeah.
And then I got my first Blu-ray player. And then I actually got a 1080p. I was like, man, this looks really good. And when I bought this house, I had my 1080p, but my living room was so huge compared to the TV. I was like, this 40-inch TV is too small. So I got a 60-inch Vizio 4K.
Makes sense.
And then last year I got a 70-inch. So I guess this just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
So they got 8K out now.
Yeah, they have 8K.
When do you think that we'll see a new format, or do you think it's just going to be all digital streaming?
It's going to, man, we don't even have 4K on regular TV.
I know.
Most we get is 1080p on that. So they need to upgrade everything to 4K. But the thing is, people don't, I don't know if most people have 4K TVs. That's the thing.
Well, I think the prices are really coming down. I mean, especially on the holidays. Best Buy was, man, they're not like the little ones either. I mean, you're talking about for less than $500, you could get a 65-inch 4K TV.
Oh yeah. I was in Best Buy the other day, man. You can get, no, was it Walmart? I think it was Walmart, man. You can get a 50-inch 4K for like $350. I mean, it's cheap.
It's crazy.
I remember those HDs. I remember you used to get those ads in the newspaper, and for a flat screen, man, it was like $20,000 back in like 2002, 2003.
Mind blowing technology back then.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, Hammer says Disney Plus is highly compressed, and some content has fake HDR. I mean, some of it was probably not shot. I mean, they would have to upgrade it, and
right.
I don't know if they want to do all that or not. So, I mean, Disney Plus isn't making any money. It's not going to make money for years. No. I mean, it's not even released worldwide. So, Matthew says Lucasfilm literally only paid to have a DV quality scan done of the original crawl, and in anamorphic as well, and progressive, and dropped it to 480i Laserdisc master from a D2 tape. Oh man,
damn,
it's bad.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
See, yeah, because I think here on my Mac, now my Mac is actually 4K, so the display is 4K. What I see on the screen, even though my camera that I have hooked up via CamLink is only 1080p. So I'm not even seeing 4K right now. But if you watch some of those channels, like when you watch Star Wars Theory Live,
yes,
he actually has a 4K Sony camera. I think he has that A64 I was talking about.
Really?
So he looks really good on his live streams. So, and like MKBHD, he shoots I think he shoots in 8K.
Damn, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why are you subscribed to him for his tech stuff?
Yes.
I think everybody is. His videos look crystal clear because he shoots in such a high quality, but YouTube is going to compress it down.
That's true.
That's the thing. So,
But if you're a tech show, you got to have the highest quality. You have to.
What's that?
If you're a tech show, you have to have the highest quality. You know.
Yeah. And when you get to a level like Star Wars Theory, he put up a 44-minute video, and at the end of it, he gave an office tour of all of his equipment and everything.
Yeah.
And he lives in an apartment in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
I think he lives in Vancouver. I know he's in Canada. I think he's in Vancouver.
He's a Canadian, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And he has this microphone here for his live streams. And he has another room where he makes his Star Wars Theory videos. And he uses a Norman TLM 103, an $1,100 microphone. He didn't say the price of it. He didn't say the price of this either. Wow. This is $400. He has a $400 mic, and he has an $1,100 microphone for his Star Wars Theory videos. That's and crazy. He has the cloud lifter, and he has another high quality audio interface. His computer system is insane. Like, he has 3 different monitors, and he has all the foam up and everything like that.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not going cheap.
When you're at that level, you're right. You've got to give a product that people are willing to tune into. You know.
But thing is, guess how many views he had last month?
How many?
60 million.
Oh my God!
You know how much revenue that is? And I'm pretty sure some of that is live streaming and everything. So his super chats are just dropping when he's live streaming. But
and it's just him, right? There is no one else.
He's a one. Well, he has some other people to help with the animation stuff that he does.
But that's contract stuff.
Yeah, but other than that, his Star Wars Theory videos is him. And he has this room, and his room has nothing in it except the foam, and he has a work desk, and he had his microphone, his interface, and that's really about it.
It makes me think about that. You actually said you posted something about Collider. All the views are going down, and I went and checked it out. Each video after they announced, what they're doing and canceling all the shows, it's in the comments. The ones that they allow comments, it's in the comments. The thumbs down is crazy.
Yeah, that thumbs down in every single video.
It's horrible. More thumbs down than thumbs up, and then 13,000 subs they've lost.
Oh, they lost more than that. They've lost let's see here actually. Let me close some of this out. Let's go to Social Blade and look at it, because I know last time I looked, it was 25,000.
Oh, good God!
That they had lost, and that's just on Collider Video. That they have other channels and stuff too. So let's look here and see.
I cannot believe that he would shoot himself in the foot like that.
Oh no, it does say 13,000. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen again. Let's see here.
Over the past month.
Yeah, but it's really in the last week and a half.
When the news dropped.
Yeah, when the news dropped, that's when everything kind of went down. Yeah.
Look at that.
The second, that's when it started. And everybody's unsubbing.
Easy.
And look at the views, man. 6.2 million views. That's good for, a regular YouTuber. That's like Geeks and Gamers style views. But
right.
The problem is Collider is a corporation. They're a company. So they have a huge payroll, the studio, that kind of thing. This ain't gonna get it done, man.
There ain't no way.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is about. I'm just thinking ad revenue goes around 20,000. I would say
it's just not going to cut it. It's really not.
It's not going to cut it.
They had to make a business decision, but this is insane. It's whatever shape they were in before.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much worse now. And I just started. I thumbed through their last 4 videos. I think it's so boring, John. It's just.
Oh yeah.
It's just interviewing. The celebrities, which is cool, yeah. but it's just.
I don't care for that.
It's like Q&A. That's what nobody was tuning in for that.
Look, Geeks and Gamers, 6.4 million views.
Wow.
That dude operates out of his pool house. and get some other people on the channel. That's about it. But Star Wars Theory, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Star Wars Theory, I cannot believe this. This was insanity. A+ too, by the way.
Woo.
60.884 million views.
God, that is insane.
That's crazy. And that's mainly because, Rise of Skywalker and everything like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But still, I could have swore I saw where, like, a month ago or so, he was like 20 million views or something.
I mean, look at the subs that he gains. 10,000.
He's averaging 8,000 new subs a day.
A day. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
8,000 new subs a day.
Oh, God.
All right, Rose has got to leave. Says, Christy, you got the chat. I got to go get off for a few minutes and run the store. Okay.
See you, Rhodes.
I mean, man, just imagine being at this level right here.
I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of plans for what I want to do. Now, I don't want to do anything like Star Wars Theory. I don't want to do anything like that. But if I had the revenue coming in, I would want to work out of my home office.
Absolutely.
I would be live streaming more often. I mean, it's hard for me to live stream. It is. I would put out I think 2 to 3 videos a day. And it would be better quality what I'm giving now, because even though I'm shooting them relatively well, it takes a little time to edit and everything like that. Or sometimes if I don't have the time, I may not edit it at all. Yep. And it's not where the level I want it to be. So I would like to do that. What I really want to do, I want to have a morning show every morning.
That would be awesome.
Like around 6:30 in the morning. And World Class used to do that. And then they stopped doing that. They used to do that.
Waking up with Matrixx.
Monday, yeah, that'd be a good title. Waking up with Matrixx.
Yeah.
And I would like to do that every morning. And then from there, I can go and create a couple of videos. I mean, that morning live stream probably be about 2 hours, that kind of thing. And then do the live stream. Then I can record videos for the rest of the day. I can actually record a podcast, which I should be doing, but I don't have the time really to do the podcast. And I have my website and everything too, but hey, you can only do so much.
That's
true. If I was full time, that's what I would be doing. That's what I would really be doing.
Yeah.
But kind of hard to do.
Kind of hard to do when you have a full-time job, got to pay the bills and that stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I work downtown Houston, and I'm gone. I'm out the house like at 6:45, and I'm not back until after 5. Then you got to record.
Because I don't know about you, but if I record a 30-minute video, I've got at least an hour of editing. Just chopping it up and doing what I want, and adding graphics here and there, and it takes time. Yeah,
that's why I got this computer. It's much faster to upload videos to YouTube. Now I'm only uploading in 1080p. But it will still upload 4K really, really fast. But that's why I'm doing that. Now my newer videos, I'm doing a little bit more cutting and transitioning and things like that, taking a little bit more time. Let's say about a Veil video took me about an hour, I would say.
Yeah, there you go.
It takes no time to record. I mean, and that video is 9 minutes long.
Yeah. You figure out what you want to say, you record it a few times, get a few different takes, and then it's just all the editing, and it takes forever.
Yeah. It depends on, and I'm very basic on my editing. I mean, I don't know all the effects and everything. Fatal J, he does some good edits. I can't do all that. I don't even have the patience to really even learn that. So, Matthew Godet, do you really believe the BS advertising that was the last Star Wars film? That has been said in 1983 and 2005. The end of the saga. I think they're serious though. They want to be done with the Skywalkers. They want to be done. George Lucas, now George Lucas 83, he never said that was the end. He was always planning to make the prequels. And actually, in a way, he was really thinking about doing the sequels, because he talked to Mark Hamill about it when they were making Jedi. He said, would you like to come back in some kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi type of role?
Yep.
And he said about 30 years. And we know that George has story treatments for 789 that was thrown out. But I truly believe when they say this is the end of the Skywalkers, I think this is the end. I'm not saying there won't be a episode 10, 11, 12, but it won't be geared around the Skywalkers, I think.
No, I think
at least this version of it.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with this franchise. They want it to go away. That's why they were so quick to kill all the old characters. They couldn't honor that or do that in a way that was going to make anybody happy.
Yep. Got a question. Which of all the Star Wars fan films is your favorite? The fan films. That's a good one, man. I kind of debate between Star Wars Theory's Vader fan film and Darth Maul Apprentice. Darth Maul Apprentice is amazing. If you haven't seen Darth Maul Apprentice, you got to see it.
I'm a Darth Maul fan. I would lean towards that way if you're talking about the whole film, but that scene that was re-edited, the SC-128, I think, or 138, New Hope, that was really, really cool. I liked that.
Yeah, but that's not a fan film, though.
Yeah, not a fan film, but I really enjoyed that. And I even thought about, would you really want to see it? I wouldn't want to see them recut the movie in that way, but I liked that homage to the original. Yeah.
Did you see the new Obi-Wan fan film?
I haven't seen it yet. I started. I didn't.
It's pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. And the guy that actually voices Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars,
yes,
he's in that fan film.
Really,
as an Imperial officer. Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know what, man? I'll probably say. Man, it's tough. Probably Darth Maul Apprentice by a little bit over Vader.
Yep. I lean away.
Vader blew me away. That quality really blew me away.
But there's so much Vader stuff out there. Maybe it's because it's different and it's, I like the Maul character.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of edges out for me.
Yeah. And there was also a Vader versus Kylo Ren fan film. That one was bad. And there was also another very, very low quality fan film about what happens directly after Return of the Jedi. It's really, really low quality. I can't remember what it is.
I remember one of the first ones I saw was it was based on like cops, but it was stormtroopers. This was probably back in the late 90s, I think, around the special edition time frame, where it was just troopers and they were basically acting like it was an episode of Cops, but it was troopers, and they're in the desert, and it was really funny the way they did it, and for the time it was, I mean, the quality was really there. So they had speeder bikes and everything. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Today maybe the Obi-Wan Vader redo from A New Hope. Some fan did.
Yeah,
that's scene 38.
Yeah.
I'm still getting a lot of views on my reaction to that.
I am too. Yeah, I think people are craving that stuff.
I think in December I had like 1,400 views in December.
Wow. Because that's been out for a long time.
That's been out a while.
Yeah.
That's been out a while. But man, that was really amazing how they did that.
In a way that didn't contradict anything else going on in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I liked.
What else you guys are talking about? So I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about over here.
Oh yeah, Matthew said it. Troops. It was called Troops. It's funny.
Troops?
Yeah, it was called Troops. instead of cops. It was troops. It was
Oh,
funny.
okay.
It was,
Gotcha,
it was actually a domestic dispute with oh god, I can't remember what it was. I was on Tatooine. It was aunt and uncle Aunt Beru.
Yeah.
I guess she's being belligerent, and so they show up and like, you got a place to stay, and there's that whole thing going on, and then it shows them actually at the end of the episode they shoot them. So it's supposed to that's what happened whenever Luke came back and saw their bodies burned. It was because they were having a domestic dispute. It was fun.
Now, here's a question: how much do you think the Rise of Skywalker will sell on DVD? Now, how many copies is going to sell?
And
I think we're in the digital age. I mean, honestly, I stopped buying DVDs and Blu-rays. It's not going to, since we're in that, it's not going to make a lot of money on Blu-rays, I don't think. And I think they're going to really be trying to push Disney Plus. I think they're going to do this. I think they're going to say like available on Disney Plus April 1st, but available on Blu-ray May 25th or something. Yeah. So they can try to bump up the subscriptions to that movie.
I tend to agree with you. I think the only thing, and I'm like you, I don't buy a bunch of Blu-rays, but if it's a movie I like, if Best Buy's got a cool like steel book, I'll get that. But
that's more collectible stuff.
That's more like
something I'm gonna watch. I just Amazon Prime it, and I just buy it on Prime streaming. Yep. Like Joker, love Joker.
Yep.
I didn't buy the Blu-ray. I got it on digital. I got a whole collection of movies on Amazon that I buy.
Yeah.
I rarely ever use my Blu-ray player anymore, and I got a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that.
I'm with you on that one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. How many sets of the 9-film 4K saga will they sell? I forgot about that. They are going to release that.
I did the video. Yeah.
Ah, man.
$50.
I don't know if. I think that's going to be a failure.
I think so too.
Because 9 movies, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you like $120 at least, probably.
No, Best Buy. It was on Best Buy's website for $250.
What? Really?
Yes, I did a video on it. I was just after the Rise of Skywalker. I was just out there looking, and
really?
Best Buy's website. Yes.
Let me look it up here and see.
So, I mean, the diehard fans you've lost because you either pissed them off with The Last Jedi or you pissed the other people off with The Rise of Skywalker. Who's going to spend that much money on that?
Oh, that's 4K, right?
Yeah. Should still be on Best Buy's website. Let me check.
Let me see. Star Wars 4K set. If I spelled it right.
It might be Skywalker box set. Let me see. Oh, you're not available. What?
Huh? Oh, I just saw it. There it is. I got it. Yeah, it's not available because it's not out yet.
Okay. What is it?
My God. Hold on, let me I'm gonna share my screen here.
Yeah.
This is insane, man.
Yeah. Those in the chat, you can also go to my channel and check it out. It's great. Yeah.
$250.
Some sites are saying it's going to be over $300.
That's crazy. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth.
But you can finance it. You can just finance it.
No.
$400.
I mean, if you actually wanted to watch all of these movies, and they're all going to be on Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus for 3 years for $140.
Done.
This is almost double the price. There's no way in the world.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
It's
no way in the world I'm going to get this. $250.
I mean, you're going to have, I think it's
what do they have in this? Did they even tell you?
Discs per movie. So there's a lot of discs.
4K, Blu-ray.
But I mean, it looks like it has a sleeve and a book and all that good stuff. But where would you even get that number from? That's just.
I mean,
ridiculous.
I mean, they got just by having Last Jedi in there. I don't think people are going to buy it.
No.
I just don't see that happening.
I mean, I don't see it either. I don't see where you would have to be a diehard fan of all the movies.
And it doesn't make any sense because you have Disney Plus. You don't need to buy this. Maybe they have all the special stuff on it.
Yeah.
But you know what? No. But they have behind the scenes stuff on Disney Plus.
Most of us have the the $50? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think my Blu-ray book box set of all 6 movies.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was $100 brand new. You could still buy. I think you can get for $50 now.
Yeah. And there's actually I don't know if they have the making of like the prequels on Disney Plus, but they have Empire of Dreams on there on Disney Plus. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you have to be just a collector to get this. That's the only reason why you want this. But The Last Jedi being in that, and the Rise of Skywalker, no.
I can tell you right now, I'm not going to get that for my channel. I'm not going to do some unboxing.
I'm not getting that.
No way in hell.
It ain't like I mean, if this was like George Lucas owned and it didn't have these sequels, I would think I probably would get it.
Yes. If he signed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has the sequels in it. It's owned by Disney. No, thank you. Nope. No way I'm buying that.
Nope.
And you probably see the stuff in my office here. All the stuff in my office is not Disney Star Wars characters. I got Luke and Vader.
There you go.
And I got the original trilogy movie posters back there. Ain't no prequel stuff. I'm sorry, ain't no sequel stuff in this office. Even though I really want a Darth Maul poster. I gotta look that up.
Oh, that would look badass. He's so interesting. His character's so interesting. The design was really cool.
Yeah.
He should have been more than one movie. Maybe not all the way, but at least 2 movies.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he did regret not necessarily killing them all because we know he's not dead.
Right, right.
That's probably why he brought him back in Clone Wars. So, Matthew says, although I might buy Revenge of the Sith as a single 4K, if they ever do that, since it looks better than the Blu-ray, even though it was upscaled from 2K. That's why I have the Blu-ray Revenge of the Sith that came in that pack, and that's the one I said looks really, really good on my 4K TV. The only way you can really get 4K pictures is through streaming. Got to have a 4K TV, and you got to have a streamer that broadcasts in 4K. Now I watched that new Dracula on Netflix. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that yet.
That's in 4K.
Okay.
That's in 4K. I need to do a review on that. It's a different take on Dracula.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. I watched all 3 episodes. Each one is an hour and a half long.
I gotta check it out.
It's different.
I might get into it this weekend because it came out after I finished The Witcher. It came up as suggested. So.
Yeah. You like The Witcher? I really liked it. I need to watch it again because it's kind of hard to follow a little bit.
I'm with you on that. It was a little bit difficult to get just because I'm not familiar with the lore at all. So
yeah, I didn't read the books or anything like that. So
didn't play the game or anything like that. So
yeah,
but I thought it was good. I like Henry Cavill. I like I don't know if we're gonna get into spoilers, but I just like the way that you didn't really realize that the story was taking place in different time frames.
Yeah, not until like episode 6.
Yeah,
or 7.
I was like, wait, what? Oh no, what? Just kind of blew my mind.
Because I was like, didn't she die?
Yeah,
exactly. In the last episode, I was like, wait, she's there.
What? And then like, oh, and that was so cool because they didn't even spell it out for you.
They didn't even tell you.
Figure it out. Yeah, I thought I liked it.
So if you watch The Witcher, you definitely got to watch it again.
Yeah, yeah.
So me and my wife are gonna watch something tonight. I don't know what we're gonna watch, and man, Jennifer took over that show.
She did.
She took over that show, man, because
she did.
She's like one person for like 2 episodes, and then she's completely different.
Completely.
I mean, she even physically looks different.
Yes.
But not gonna spoil that. So
if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Not for kids. It
No,
has Game of Thrones type of language, Game of Thrones type of nudity.
it was kind of funny to see. My wife hadn't. I don't think she saw the latest um, Mission Impossible movie, so
Yeah.
she hadn't heard Henry Cavill cuss. So she just saw Superman say a cuss word, and she said, "It's just weird to hear him say that." I thought that was funny.
And I found out about Henry Cavill going all the way back to 2002. He was in the Count of Monte Cristo as Albert Mondego
I saw that movie.
with Jim Caviezel.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like, how old was he? He was like 16 and when that came out.
I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, that's the first movie I ever saw him in. That's a really good movie too.
That is
Even though it's nothing like the book, but I digress.
It's a good movie. Good movie.
Read that book. That's one of the greatest books ever written. But it's like 1,500 pages.
Pack a lunch.
Yeah. I used to read books when I was in the Navy on the ship.
What else you gonna do?
Well, trust me, you don't have a lot of time to do much.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working like 6 hours on, 6 hours off, drill, shower, eat, and I would just, or on like a duty day when I couldn't leave the ship, just bring my book and just read it, lay in my rack. That's what I would do. That's how I got through books. It's pretty boring on the ship too when you're out at sea when you have downtime. So,
well, there's no internet, there was no iPad, there was none of that. You know.
Oh, there was internet restricted to certain people.
Okay.
But sometime I knew people in IT, and yeah, back in those days there wasn't no iPad or anything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but so they were like, "Hey, you do something for me, I'll give you internet for a week." Now I think everybody may have internet now over there. I don't know.
I'm sure that, but if nothing else, you had a device where you could, save up a bunch of stuff, put movies on it, watch. But back in the day, I remember we were on deployment. For whatever reason, I got stuck. I had one cassette tape, and I just listened to the same group over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, $250, man. Oh,
isn't that crazy? I
just can't.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that. That's just.
I was trying to think. I don't remember a collection being that expensive. I even went back to. Do you remember whenever the Avengers came, or the Marvel phases came out, and those collector box sets? You had like phase 1 came in like this suitcase with a Tesseract in it. Even it wasn't $250.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. You had a phase 1, 2, and 3. They came in like these big collector things, and you had all the movies from that phase in there. But
okay.
it was a big collector's thing. Like I said, the first one had the Tesseract, brand new, maybe 150, I think, for all that. Crazy.
250, man. I mean, I can't believe that. That's just way too much.
It's nuts.
Way too much.
Yep.
And who want to finance that?
That's more than a PlayStation 4.
$42 a month, man. That's more than streaming.
Well,
I mean, $42 a month for 6 months.
Take it out my check. $42. It's just crazy.
Nah. Ain't gonna work for me.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're about to wrap up this show. We thank everybody for coming out. And Chrissy did put my channel in the chat. All you gotta do is just hit that subscribe button right there.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate you, Christy, Rhodes. Appreciate all the super chats that came in. Really do appreciate it. Any final words, thoughts?
No, I'm I'm anxious to see because it's the end of everything Star Wars related, big movies, at least for now. Curious to see how that box office trails off. This weekend's going to be interesting. I think 1917 is going to be a bigger hit than
I may go see that tomorrow.
It's a different. The whole film is one take, or it's simulated like one take, so it's just a different experience. I think people are going to go see it just for that experience. It's really cool.
Interesting.
But thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. Maybe back on Monday night. I may roll solo. I always talk about solo show and do the panel thing on Fridays, but weather reasons we didn't get the panel, so it is what it is.
Hope everybody's
All right,
safe.
guys. Have a good night. Be safe. We're out of here.
Later.